Today, you will be writing your introduction to the essay we will be creating this week. Here's a little video to help.
Hi, VRC kids. I just wanted to spend a few minutes talking about this compare and contrast essay that you're going to have to do for your next assignment. You know, you've spent a lot of time working on your graphic organizer and working on your pre-writing sheets in order to start the bulk of this compare and contrast essay. Now, I know that you guys know this, but I just want to give you a little bit of a reminder that compare means to tell how two things are the same, and contrast means to tell how they're different. Kids are usually really good at being able to tell how two things are the same and how two things are different, but where they get into trouble is when they start having to write this essay, when they start having to have their ideas down on paper. So that's what I want to spend a few minutes talking about. I look at it, a compare and contrast essay, as sort of being like a sandwich. You have 4 paragraphs in your essay. You have your top bun, which is the introduction. That's the introductory paragraph, and it's what you get used to get going on your lesson. And then you have your bottom bun right here, and that's your closing paragraph. And in your closing paragraph, you're basically revisiting some of the things that you said in your introductory paragraph and sort of wrapping up the whole thing. Then in the middle of your essay, you have 2 major parts for compare and contrast. The first part is sort of like the toppings on your sandwich, and that's the paragraph that compares the 2 items that you are taking a look at. And then your second part of the middle is your contrast, and you're going to write a paragraph that contrasts the 2 items.
So for your essay, your first body paragraph will be talking about how the stories Grandfather's Journey and Tea with Milk are similar. And then your second body paragraph will be talking about how these 2 stories are different.
So in the introduction, in the top bun of your sandwich, the beginning, sometimes you'll hear people calling that your hook or your lead. So you want to say something in the beginning to grab the reader's attention, to make them want to read more. So your hook and lead could be a question. It could be a statement that is sort of interesting or sort of outside the box. But the other thing that needs to happen when you write a hook or a lead for your compare and contrast is you need to make sure that you cite the 2 things that you're comparing and contrasting. In this particular assignment for me, you have 2 sources of information that you're comparing and contrasting. So one source, both of your sources, source 1 and source 2, should be named in your beginning paragraph. And you should include the author and the titles for this part of the assignment.
So today you are only writing your introduction. In your introduction, you need to make sure that you have a hook or a lead, some way to grab your reader's attention, and you must include both the titles of our stories, Grandfather's Journey and Tea with Milk, and the author, which is Alan Say. We will work on the body paragraphs in the next few days.